So here I'm looking at a book called Street Scenes in Watercolour by Grahame Booth. It's part of the Ready to Paint in 30 Minutes series of books by Search Press. Now these books are really helpful if you don't have much time, maybe you're not very experienced in painting. You have very detailed step-by-step instructions, and tracings, full-size tracings are also included if you're not confident at drawing freehand. Now there are around 12 books in this series, mainly watercolour, also a couple of books on acrylics and various subjects. So inside we see a picture of Grahame Booth. It tells you how to use the tracings. It only mentions tracing with pencil, but I think that is because the book was published originally in 2017. Maybe it was before trace down was widely available, but trace down is definitely an easier way to trace. Your tracings are all very clearly numbered, so you can find the corresponding project. These are designed to go onto a piece of paper 6 by 4 inches, so that is slightly bigger than A6. You've got 25 of these small tracings here. And then at the end we have 3 A4 tracings. So you've got 28 tracings altogether. And we have inside, as always, we have a little bit of detail. Originally published in 2017. It's been reprinted twice. This is a 2021 edition. So we go through tracings, introduction, basic painting equipment. We've got the wash, perspective, tone, colour and colour mixing, edge control, brush strokes, adding detail, putting it all together. Then we have the 3 larger scenes and the index. The introduction here, just as a little bit, Grahame is giving you some hints and tips on how to get started, and he says that they should be able to be completed within 30 minutes. But obviously you do maybe need a little bit of extra time to set up and also to pack away. And he mentions that there is drying time. You will need to dry different sections before you move on to the next one. So all the information that you need is in here, just right from the very basic painting equipment. Everything is lovely and clear and set out really nicely. There's lots of extra information on the basics, like creating a wash. And then it tells you how to move on and putting everything into practice. Now, I did miss when I originally went through that we're starting to use the tracings already. It becomes clearer on some of the other pages where it tells you what exactly you need, where it lists paint colours, brushes and the number of the tracing. So just watch out for that when you go through. But it does cover everything to do with painting here, vanishing points. It's concentrating at the moment on the details. So you're doing little pictures where you're concentrating on a different detail in each picture, which I think it makes it very easy to learn. Another thing that I think is nice about this book is it does stay flat by itself. There's a little bit of bounce on the page, but basically you can leave it open as you work through. There's nothing more annoying than a book where the page springs up closed when you get to a crucial part of your painting. So it is an easy to use book. We have lots of lovely information here. It is very, very detailed, and the instructions are very clear and very detailed. So if you sit quietly and work through this book, you're going to really build on your skills. Lots of lovely things in here. I think all these extras, softening an edge, complete details, lovely clear pictures. The skies here, statues, and I think this is very clever. Putting people into scenes can be really difficult, and I think everything is explained in such an easy way. And I really like these extras, mark making, bricks. I mean, they just look so lovely. I mean, when I first drew a building, I really didn't know how to make bricks look like bricks. but it's all explained for you here. So we go through some little extras like palm trees and railings. It really has every single thing you need to create a beautiful scene. And Grahame tells you not to spend too much time putting in details. You're trying to create an image and a suggestion, but you don't need every tiny little detail. That's what takes up the time. You can make your picture look realistic and recognisable just by suggesting things. And as we come to the end, so we've got vehicles here as well. All the things that you would see in a street scene. Every single thing you need is here. And then we've got putting it all together. So you can use elements that you have learnt from the small details to create your own picture. There are tracings for these 3 larger pictures in here. So it tells you 26, 27 and 28. So those were the 3 large tracings, and he refers you back to the sections that will help. So you can follow these instructions. You can create your own pictures. You don't even have to use the tracings. And Grahame does mention it is important that you do learn to draw for yourself. It is really an important element of creating a painting. But if you really can't and you're not confident, you've got everything you need.